Hi, I'm Chris with Carnival Cruise Addicts, and this is episode 106 of Yakety-Yak straight from the Yak's mouth. John Heald, Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, posts on his Facebook page where you can ask him questions. You can also comment on the crew, leave them great reviews, and lodge your complaints there. We focus on the questions. He answers the questions, we take the cool, the funny, the weird, and we put them here for you so you're not reading 1,000 questions a day. So on today's episode, we're talking about allergies to powdered eggs. Carnival sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. Do I have to use the StockPerks app? What is that? What are crew members allowed to accept as gifts? And Carnival throws out everything that gets turned into lost and found? All right, question one. This cruiser is currently on the Mardi Gras, and they wanted to know if they served real eggs at breakfast. They said they are allergic to the powdered eggs. John said, yes, indeed they do. They also have them in the dining room and are cooked to order at omelet stations. My question, if you're allergic to powdered eggs and you're on the boat and you ate them, wouldn't you know? But anyway, they use real eggs, no powdered eggs on the ship. Question two, this cruiser wanted to know if there are any plans for Carnival to start cruising from Fort Lauderdale again. They really like cruising from there. John said no, not at the moment and certainly not in the next couple of years. But who knows what the future will hold. That is a smaller port, so it was a little bit easier getting out of, but I didn't like the parking there. It was chaos, absolute chaos. You think Miami's bad? Try Fort Lauderdale, unless they've improved it. We haven't been out there in a couple years. Speaking of like, if you like what you see and you enjoy cruising content, please like and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Question three. This cruiser asked if they really needed to go through an app called StockPerks, to get their stockholders onboard credit. They received an email about this with a Carnival logo, but it looked like spam, so they wanted to be sure. John said, yes, that is 100% correct. The stock onboard credit needs to be registered through this app in order to get it approved. So yeah, I don't blame them for asking because the scammers are out there. Liz got an email today and it's like, oh, you won a prize. You're one of 4 people to get this DeWalt kit from Home Depot. And of course, it was garbage. But I mean, they put a lot of work into making it look real. It's crap. So I don't blame them for asking. All right, this cruiser wanted John to clarify once and for all whether staff members are permitted to keep unopened new food items that are gifted to them. Candies, cookies, bottles of wine, champagne. They were told during their recent Behind the Fun tour that they cannot, and there seems to be a lot of debate on the issue. John said he had thought he had made this clear, and we've done this question before, but he will clarify again. Alcoholic beverages of any kind cannot be gifted to crew, and they are not allowed to accept them, and they can actually get in trouble for doing so. For candies, snacks, cookies, it has to be in the original packaging. So, yeah, no homemade goods, anything like that. Actual store-bought stuff, and no alcohol, they can absolutely accept it. That said, if they get supervisors' permissions, I think there might be an exception. Because like when we go to the steakhouse, they give us a bottle of wine. We don't drink wine. So we ask the server if they would like the wine. And they normally look at us and go, huh? And we're like, ask your supervisor. You know, and they'll do what they got to do and they'll come back. And 99% of the time, they're like, yes, my supervisor said I can accept this bottle of wine. So at the steakhouse, they do it, but I'm sure they have to go through their management in order to get it approved. Don't just do it willy-nilly. They can get in trouble. All right. Last question. This cruiser read on another Facebook page, here we go, that if they find a stuffed animal or a child's blanket they turn it in, Carnival just throws them out. They're not actually shipped back to Miami with the other lost and found items. John said this is outrageous and completely false. I'm sure he would like to have put that a different way, but that was his response. But like, that's what it's a Facebook group. That's why John's here to answer these questions and dispel the myths and just stop the lies. So yeah, if you got a question, you saw something, you don't know what it is, put it on John's page. He'll answer it. Anyway, that's been episode 106 of Yakety-Yak, straight from the Yak's mouth. Thanks for watching. Please take care.